On this week's Touch Base in Seoul, we have an up-and-coming actor who is now featuring in her first movie that has just hit theatres here in Korea. Her name is Park Yeni, and she has slowly but surely been building up her career, appearing in K-dramas, hit commercials, and on music singing shows as well. And now she has taken this next step up. To tell us about her story, Miss Park has joined us now in the studio. Hello and welcome. It's a pleasure to have you on the show today.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Let's start with this movie that you are featuring in. That is out now in theatres in Korea. It's called My Lovely Angel, and the Korean title is 내겐 너무 소중한 너. Can you tell us about the movie and the role you play in it?
So the film is about a lonely man who learns to love and to be loved by letting this lovely, deaf-blind little girl into his life. And the role that I play in, her name is Yeonju. She plays part in helping this man figure out what family means and what's really important in life.
Now, as you mentioned, this is your first time featuring in a Korean movie. Mm-hmm. First, congratulations.
Thank you.
And then, next, tell us, how does it feel to have your name featured near the top of the credits there?
It feels awesome, obviously, but it hasn't really hit me yet. Like, it doesn't feel real quite just yet. But it's such a heartwarming film, and it's so meaningful, so I feel proud.
Right, it's an incredible milestone. I do understand it is a dream of yours to be featuring in a film. Mm-hmm. You've been building up to it for a while, it seems. Can you tell us about your own personal story? How did you first get into acting?
Well, ever since I figured out the people that I watch on TV are not actually the characters on TV, but they're just people with a job called actor, I wanted to be that. So
right, so a very young age.
Uh-huh. So I was about 5 or 6, maybe. I told my parents I want to become an actor when I was 11, and they wouldn't have it. They told me, no, I don't think so. But you can study hard, go to a decent college, and then maybe you can start thinking about, trying.
Okay.
But now they tell me that they didn't know that I was actually going to do it. So I went to NYU for psychology in the beginning. And then after my first year, I transferred to Tisch and decided to go my own way. Right.
And so with the blessing from your parents at that point then?
Oh, yeah. Okay. Oh, yeah. They were surprised. They were like, after 12, 13 years, you're still on that? And then they had to give in. So, and then once you changed, you must have enjoyed it. It must have fit for you because you carried on doing it. Yeah. I felt like I am in the right place. I got to learn more about acting, and I just fell into it more and more. And then you felt confident enough to decide to do it for a living as a career? Well, that came very later. I think that came very recently. It wasn't until I was able to actually make money from acting. Because right out of college, I felt so lost. I was babysitting. I was filming these independent student films, and I was trying to book myself for a lot of things, which didn't happen at that point. And then I realized, wait, maybe I don't have enough. Maybe I need more training. So that's when I decided to apply for graduate school. And luckily, I did get into graduate school. Was that in Korea? No, that was in the United States. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So the graduate school was in Cambridge, next to Boston. And after that, it still took some time. I believe it was Harvard, wasn't it? Yeah. Okay, so you went to Harvard as well. So for graduate school. For graduate school, okay, yeah. And for acting as well. Okay, so your parents must have been happy that you went to Harvard at least, even if it was acting. Yes, that's very true. Okay, so then you went to Harvard, you came back to Korea, and then you started building this career of yours. Was it what you expected? You know what? I started out working for EBS because I wanted to work, period. And they offered me a job at EBS. They said, you know what, do you want to write a program? You can be in it. You can do whatever you want with the program. Do you want to do it? And I was like, yeah, I need to work.
Right. So you're looking for opportunities.
Yeah.
To get your foot in the door.
And it was fun.
What kind of program was it?
I taught English and yoga at the same time.
English and yoga at the same time. Interesting. Okay, because EBS, for our listeners who might not know, in South Korea, it is an education broadcasting station. So it is full of educational context, such as teaching English or
Yes.
Korean to younger children as well. So all sorts of educational programming. And for you, you were doing teaching English as well as teaching yoga at the same time.
Right.
Interesting.
During graduate school, the chief producer of EBS figured out my email address, and she sent me a long email saying that she wants to work. And it felt like a good opportunity just to experience the Korean society. And I just took in a lot of jobs that they were offering me, not just EBS, but after that, I was offered a singing program.
Right, because that's another part of your career. You're a singer as well. You've got videos on your social media, and that seem to be very popular.
Well, I wouldn't say popular. I think a very few people who like the style of my music will listen to it, but I never saw myself as someone who can sing professionally. I film it, I record it with my iPhone.
Right.
In my room. And it did get me some jobs because my management company's representative saw me on that show, and that's how I formed a relationship with this company.
And then you've built up a couple of roles, I know, in Korean dramas. I also know that last year you appeared in a commercial for an apartment brand as one half of a very funny, very cute, and also a very realistic, argumented couple.
Thank you.
That was a huge hit here. It was really popular. I think that must have been quite fun, being in such a popular commercial.
That was very fun. It's funny, the director had 6 other actors in mind for the female part. And then at the last moment, he saw this video of me swearing in Korean in an American video. He didn't know what it was. And I told him, you know what? It's a small skit that I shot when I was at NYU. I got together my friends and we just shot it. And that's what he saw. He saw a part of me just cussing, and he liked it.
Sure, but that's part of the role. That couple in the commercial was about a very realistic couple, not like a TV couple, but one who's living their daily lives, who might argue and stuff, but they still love each other. And that came across so well in that commercial. I think a lot of people loved it. Right.
He told me he was looking for someone who is not... I'm trying to be careful when I say it, but he didn't want someone who comes off as a very typical Korean woman. He wanted somebody to be more free and more expressive. And I guess...
And it worked out. It was a huge success. With all that in mind then, and bring it back to where we started, what was it like to land this role then in My Lovely Angel, acting alongside 친구, who is perhaps most famous for being the second male lead in the smash hit Descendants of the Sun? What was that like, getting that call saying that you got the part?
It's still hard to believe. After shooting this film and after promoting all this, it's still hard to believe. I remember it was last September. I was sitting in my house and my management called me and told me I had a meeting. And, I had a lot of meetings and auditions that I didn't make it for, so I didn't have any expectations. I went into the meeting with the directors and the producers, and it turns out they already saw me on the commercial, and they looked up my YouTube videos.
Right.
So they had a lot of materials about me, which was a good thing. We talked for like an hour, and then that night they called me and told me that, I got the part. And I thought they were joking. But it's very flattering, and everything kind of rushed after that. The next month, I was seeing this guy Jingu, the celebrity. He was so chill. He was just in his comfortable clothes, and we had a talk. We read over the script, and then, yeah, now this is happening.
So it proves almost that all the steps that you had to take, your YouTube videos, the commercial, they're all contributed to getting this role in a film, and it's been building up to this amazing step.
I guess, yeah. YouTube videos were very important in my career.
Your parents must be proud now to be able to see you actually working successfully up the industry.
They're very happy. I don't know if I'm successful yet, but they're super happy.
And have they seen the film?
Yeah. They went twice to see the film.
They went twice to see the film already?
Yes.
Wow. So that shows you how much support you are getting from your family now. Yeah. So what of your future then? Do you have upcoming projects lined up that you can share with us? What kind of roles do you want to play in the future?
I am shooting some stuff, but my management will be very mad if I expose them right now.
Of course. Just say you're shooting something. We won't say what
I am working hard. What was the second question?
So what kind of roles do you want to play in the future?
I'm always attracted to strong characters, whether that means physically strong, because I think I'm good at sports and more physically agile than the average person, I hope. Or intellectually strong or mentally strong. I want to play someone who is strong, who is warm and kind at the same time. Basically someone who, when people are watching the film or TV, they think, I want to be that. You know, I could be that. I will be that. Why not?
So you want your audience to connect with you and the role that you're playing.
Yeah.
Well, it's been wonderful to have you here with us today. Congratulations again on the film. And
thank you.
I'm sure before long you'll be starring as a lead in your own film soon as well. And remember to stop by and say hello to us once you do. My Lovely Angel is out now in theatres in Korea, and it features our touch base guest today, Park Yeni. Ms. Park, thank you for sharing your story with us today.
Thank you so much for having me.